Where did your coat come from?
My coat, it's actually Phil's old coat.
Phil's old.
Yeah, it's Phil's old.
Hey, Rob.
Yeah.
Are you about to film another Guac Talk?
This is not Guac Talk. Hey gang, Rob here. This is not Guac Talk. With me is Karl Kieser of the band The Giving Tree Band. Karl plays bass. He does not vocalize.
No.
Yeah, well that's alright. Not
in my
everybody
spare
does.
time, but not on the microphone.
Yeah, not into the microphone. How have things been with the band?
Things have been pretty good.
You guys are getting ready to hit the road. There's a couple shows coming up in February, I saw.
We're playing this Sunday at Casa Santiago in Yorkville.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
I'll go to the open mic.
Yeah?
I'll have to come check you guys out.
Yeah, this Sunday night, 7 o'clock to 10.
There you go. So you and I still kind of just getting to meet each other.
Yeah.
And sometimes I feel it's best that one of the best ways to learn about somebody is to ask to see 3 things in their pockets. Show me 3 things you brought with you to eat guacamole and tie knots.
First one,
A
cell
phone. That's important. You gotta have that. Yeah.
Phone.
So,
a pen.
That's a nice looking pen there.
Yeah. And then last one I have is
A
a
handkerchief.
handkerchief. It's cold outside.
It's cold outside. Okay, I was just gonna say. You realize it's about 8 degrees out.
It is about 8 degrees
So
out.
it's not for dabbing at sweat. It's about.
No, it's for the gross stuff.
You are well schooled. You commented in Not Talk 1 there. You commented that I didn't know what I was talking about more.
I didn't hold back.
You didn't hold back.
But I offered to teach.
You offered to teach, exactly.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm taking you up on. And I said, let me bring a camera. You said, stopper knots.
Stopper knots.
Oh.
So the knot we're going to start with is the overhand knot. We're going to start by having our rope kind of in a U shape like this with the other end wherever it needs to be.
We call this a bite.
We call this a bite because it's just like you're closing your mouth. Just bite.
There you go.
Just bending, and so we're going to start with this bite here. And all we got to do, nice bite.
Very good.
So all we're going to do to do the overhand knot is cross over and make a loop. And the loop is when you cross your rope. And we're going to take this end here and bring it underneath and through the top. So that looks like this. So I use my left hand. So that
Here we go loop-de-loop.
here we go loop-de-loop. And so then
Here we go loop-de-lie.
here we go loop-de-lop.
Here we go loop-de-loop.
Isn't that
All
neat?
on a Saturday night, right? This is not, we all know how to tie right
This is
now.
a knot we all know how to tie. And it just starts with a bite. It's this U shape here. It's just like a bite, like if you were going to close your mouth. So
There you go.
There you go. You're just going to bite, just like that. And then we go from a bite to a loop. And a loop is when you cross over. So we've got the cross, just like that.
There
We're
you
going to
go.
take the end of our rope
There you go.
underneath and through. So
Yep.
I'm going to reach through and pull.
There you go.
And there we go. And all we got to do is just pull the other end.
There you go.
And it turns into the
That's-
overhand knot.
Man.
This looks like a pretzel.
Now, see, this is why I wanted you for this series, because I've seen overhand knots before, but that is a remarkable looking overhand knot.
The thing with this knot, though, is we all know about this.
Mhm.
If you get an overhand knot in your shoelaces or in your headphone cables
Yeah,
or anything
right.
like that,
Yeah.
it can be really hard to untie.
Okay,
So I'll
see, there you go.
I can show another one later. It's
Yeah.
a little bit easier to untie.
I like that, because that's often an important aspect. It's
Yeah.
overlooked. People, when they tie knots, are thinking, I need to fasten these objects. They're
They
not
don't think
thinking
about untying
untying. Yeah,
Yeah.
right. So there you go. So there's tip number 1. See, we're getting more prepared
Yeah.
for life by watching YouTubes right now. So
Yeah.
that's lesson number 1 is when you tie a knot, prepare to untie it. That's a good metaphor for life, I think, in general.
Yeah.
Back me up, Pastor Eric.
Amen. That'll be the next.
Oh.
No.
Okay. That'll be the next.
That's all right. So can you tell me about a time when knot tying has been handy for you?
Sure. Sometimes the band, we need to take a rest and
Yeah.
sleep. And
Yeah, a lot of camping.
A lot of camping.
Yeah.
And we'll stop at a rest area
Sure.
or a state park. And
Yeah.
I can tie up a hammock between 2 trees with just a couple pieces of rope.
Really? Nice. Easy peasy, huh?
Easy peasy.
I like that. What's a good hammock knot called? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Well, how about we get to that in a future Guac Talk?
Yeah.
Hey Rob, I thought this was not Guac Talk.
So good knowledge there with the overhand knot. I appreciate that. Is there any other knots that you know of that might apply?
Yeah, we could do the figure 8 knot.
Good. Okay, let's see that.
It's a little bit easier to untie.
Good.
Because,
that.
as we said earlier,
And anytime you tie a knot,
prepare to untie.
prepare to untie.
So we're going to start with the same bite that we had before.
Yes.
So again, a bite just when you close your mouth
That's
on the
right.
rope, like that.
I like that.
Start the same way as the overhand knot. We're going to make a loop. Now this is where the differences begin. What we do now is this, instead of going underneath here, it goes underneath the other way,
Mm-hmm.
and then through the top, like that.
There you go.
And then we reach under,
Mm-hmm.
and we pull, and we get a figure 8.
Look at that.
Just like that.
We're talking about the ease of untying.
Yeah. So again, this is a lot easier to untie because there's a couple more twists in it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can pull this very tight, and then when you go to untie it, it's just pretty easy to work its way free. Another chance to show it off.
Yeah. You love to show off the overhand knot.
Some of the reading I've done about knots, that they say that especially when it's wet, it's
Mhm.
really hard to untie.
You do a lot of reading about knots? Like, is there Knotters Quarterly?
I have a few knot books.
So you're on the road with the Giving Tree Band quite a bit. Do you get guacamole when you're in other cities?
Of course we do.
Yeah, do you? Taquerias?
Taquerias.
Taquerias?
Taquerias.
We just said.
Taqueria.
Yeah, okay.
We
we'll
just call it a
move on.
Mexican restaurant.
Yeah, that's fine.
Sometimes
A
at Mexican
Mexican
restaurants, and sometimes places will just have it.
Yeah.
Like a bar will have
Sure, yeah, right,
chips
yeah.
and guacamole.
Yeah.
It's not usually as good as homemade.
Is mine homemade? I don't feel like it is. I mean, it's made here. Or at Mr. Beef and Euros in Oswego.
Well,
It's either at River City Roasters in Yorkville or at Mr. Beef and Euros in Oswego where it gets made.
it's not homemade, but it's made with more love.
Right, the love is inside the guac, and you've got to put my guac in your mouth. So great couple knots that you showed us there. I appreciate that. That's good knot knowledge. I don't feel like we've outpunted our coverage yet. Like I got a good grasp of that. But I said in episode 1 of Knot Talk, not Guac Talk.
Not guac talk.
I said that I wanted this to be not just about knots, but also a little bit about rope care. So is there anything in a flake or coil you can show us?
Sure, I'll do the simplest one, which is just a spiral coil.
Good,
Or
okay.
spiral flake, whichever you'd like to call it.
Sure.
So it's pretty easy. You just turn the end of your rope
Uh-huh. There you go.
and turn it into a spiral,
All right.
just like this. Or
This is all there is.
this is all there is to it. And so when you go to unravel it, it just goes like that.
Just comes right out. All right, gang. Thanks for watching the inaugural episode of Not Guac Talk here. And Carl, thanks for coming out and talking to me, man.
Yeah.
Good knot knowledge.
My pleasure.